Alright, let's see. It's okay. By the sound of it. Oh, I miss my father. They didn't bid me farewell. This is going in my write-up. Oh, you have a crush on Sid, huh? Master Galarwan seems to think highly of you, so I will withhold my judgment until after Damascus. Fuck you. I don't think you'll be a part of my harem. So how does that make you feel? I don't think he cares either way, but, Warrior of Light's harem, come on! Itching to depart. Is this voiced at all? Damascus is nestled in a forgotten corner of the Empire's outermost territories. I do not foresee any trouble from a standing army, but would suggest committing to memory the locations of each of the barge's exits, just in case. No, I would think with at least raids itself would think it was important enough for it. As for the fight itself, the current above Damascus are wild as the land below. You may want to hold on. Oh, I've gone against dragons. True. If only I had the balls to actually do voice acting. The worst part is, when I don't have Streamlabs, I mean, open, there'll be a Streamlabs. My mic sounds perfectly fine in Southern. Well, I have to wait till there's actually talking. Personally, I think you just want to have food. Actually, isn't it dangerous that it doesn't have, seatbelts? Alright. Take a swig. And? We'll complete our descent in Rabanastre in the shuttle. I mean, but this is an airship. Ranma. I thought I made myself clear, Alma. The capital is simply too dangerous. Father would never forgive me if I were to lose you to rescue him. Come, we're wasting time. Well, I mean, this is... This is the accent I had before I taught myself not to have the accent, because kids are fucking mean. I do slightly play it up a bit, but no, I had this kind of accent when I was young. Full Southern? Full Southern. I mean, there's Contra Southern, there's like, and then there's Appalachia Southern, and there's a whole bunch of other Southerns. But according to my father, Rabanastre was a thriving city some 1,000 years ago. Hi, Hybrid, how are you? But after performing several private excavations beneath the so-called Desert Sapphire, my father came to the conclusion that it was not the first settlement to stand here. Then your father believes that Rabanastre sits on the royal city of Lycia, the capital of Avalace? But if that's true, it could change history. We would be famous. Famous? Are you sure you don't mean rich? All your kind is like, I think you're making assumptions, dear sir. You're letting your biases show. I thought you were a theater troupe that didn't, you know, make assumptions about people. Parasites grow fat on the sweat and suffering of others. Bold words for a boy but 16 summers. Got yourself in some good liquor. Is it rum? Is it rum? I think I still have some gin and tonic. And pray tell what I have done to deserve such spite. I only wish to learn the truth behind the disappearance of the Empire's foremost playwright. If that should lead to some bigger, well then, I would be the worst reporter in the realm if I did not pursue it. Ever feel like you're being watched? Ever? Children! Children! He is definitely acting like a 16-year-old boy. Yes, yes, we can argue about this now, or we could return to the Prima Vista and report to our army of adventurers that it's time to begin the expedition. I humbly suggest the latter. Good thing my astrologian has the perfect look for this. Oh look, we were being watched. Oh, you're gonna be our joke characters for the evening. You see, it is as I said, brother. Let them come to us. Should we kill them now? No, the time is not right. When has that stopped us before? It does now if you don't want to die. Fool, do you see that one? Slayer of gods, they call her. War of light. Both can't be. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, it's not the fun kind. It's not the kind that's wanted. Alright. Timer off! By the way, the only way you can naturally get my southern accent is if I'm tipsy. And then drunk. Both sides of those. Can I expect me to walk away from this? If the legend of Avalace is true, the public has a right to know. Hold on, father. Help is on the way. I'm quite sure we won't till the third the raid get your father to Rabanastre. Alright, switching to my healer. And see me running around screaming. It's been going well for the past few raids I've been doing on knowing what to do and dying. I floor heal beautifully. The trying room. So are you gonna be nice to me? Despite what you may think, a good portion of Imperial citizens are at odds with— oh, you're gonna be nice and actually talk to me! Matter of foreign policy. We are not driven to invade and assimilate. The reasons you do not hear about any dissenting voices is simple. Being vocal and Garlemald usually leads to one to the gallows. Yeah, I did understand. company muscle. Every muscle in a man's body has a name, as beautiful as the thing it describes. I like to recite them to myself while training by the light of the moon. A full moon is best, of course, but a waxing gibbous moon will suffice. Alright, sir. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. The principal is missing and half our company keeps to their cabins, afraid to come out. For all I know, the moon could be descending from the skies in a blaze of glory, but that doesn't mean a kin will grow in my practice. Guardians we may be, but that does not mean we approve of the Empire's every action. We seek but a peaceful coexistence with all. Aye, it may seem trite, but it is also true. Company bell. A finer playwright than I once wrote that all of the world's a stage. Oh, you mean Shakespeare. And all the men and women are mere players. Yes, Shakespeare is in this world. A company thought, is it not? Yeah, but we strut across the stage and full of wrath and fury, only to be heard from no more. No, I'm not a Shakespeare fan. Shut up. My favorite Shakespeare play is Macbeth. Company, is it not? The answer stands for the stage for the drama to come. Your starring role. Do not disappoint your audience. I do, especially as a streamer. I am here for that disappointment. You have short questions. I have short answers, relatively speaking, of course. Oh, cool. You're the one to talk to. Tragedians. What is all the commotion? No one tells me anything. I mean, that sounds like me to some degree. They only tell me when they need to tell me. Do not be taken by the Emperor's lies. Jeromus Lextel is no criminal. I mean, I'm quite sure I couldn't be taken into the Empire's lies because I fight against them. He is a treasure to be admired by all Garleans, from citizens to slave. Hark, I sing his grace and glory. Company assistant. Listen, what if Jeromus isn't missing at all? What if this is also sort of elaborate performance? Well, I mean, conspiracies can get you somewhere. You have short questions. Okay. Jamonis has been at the Magitech Academy for but a handful of summers when he founded his own theater troupe. And it was all a handful more before his plays began attracting recognition in various influential literary circles. No, I'm not eating while speaking. Although Jeromus is not a prolific writer, what he lacks in quantity, he makes up tenfold in quality. Oh, so a T.S. Eliot. Shut up, I'm not a nerd! The public especially adores the few pieces he both produced and starred in. So popular was his troupe's productions that the admirers will have to book their seats a year or more in advance. And though he is widely regarded as one of the finest playwrights in the Empire, none was more surprised than Jeromus himself when Emperor Solus de Gravos, in recognition of the young principal's accomplishment, presented him with his very own airship. And this has since become a source of considerable ire for the new emperor, but I think Jeromus would have it no other way. You see, where his art is concerned, Jeromus will not compromise. He will write and rewrite and then write again until he's achieved what he believes to be perfection. He will create something so perfect that even his greatest detractor will be forced to acknowledge his genius. I beg to differ. Detractors will always be fucking detractors. They will find something. Critics applaud Jeromus for his cunning, but I know it nearly to be a byproduct of his inherent stubbornness. Jeromus simply cannot or will not settle for anything less than the best. Most majestic. Since its inception during Jeromus's Academy days, the Majestics Theater Company has been busily producing and performing some of the Empire's most memorable works. Will you be my canary? No. Jokes! Quips! From tragedies to comedies, classics to modern adaptations. Monodrama to musical. There's nothing the Majestic couldn't do, and do brilliantly. At the time of the Zodiac Braves story debut, the theater was home to over 5 score performers and stagehands, all living here in the Prima Vista. Well, now you see where we stand. But the lady over there said a lot of them are still in their rooms. Just to, the Zodiac Brave is a tale story. It's a tale as old as time. Whenever the kingdom was threatened, be by tyranny, evil forces, or realm-wide disaster, 12 blessed heroes would emerge to bring the light back to Avalice. Those 12 are known as the Zodiac Braves, probably named after each of the zodiac signs. Who'd have thunk? Each era has its own Zodiac Braves. Molly Comp, the Starseer, Saint Zora, and the Assassin Ashley. Are these things we're about to fight? Am I gonna have to... Are you mentioning names of things I'm gonna have to kick ass? Fancy talking words. I beg to differ. I could do fancy talking words. I just prefer not to. Also, fancy talking words that are in a different language. Red Chocobos! So, betting for me to die first boss. I'm gonna try not to. Those are, yeah, I know. They're red chocobos. And if I remember correctly, they're allowed to go over marshes. Or what? No, wait, those are mountains. They go up mountains. Oh no. Physical, you. Oh. 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 We do anything about these spheres? I feel like I should be doing something. Oh, like the other the way the other healer did for me before, where he kept on dying. So I mean, I feel like I'm about to regret a bunch. Oh, healers are down on the other teams. Okay, cool. Um. Ah, look at that! The entire Alliance C is gone. Don't have enough. Um. Enter a bubble to reset the breath timer. All right. I don't have enough. I don't have enough. I don't have enough. God damn it. You're about to die. This is gonna be what? I mean, I like being a flirt healer. That's in water spurts. Holy. It's like, okay, so I gotta keep from being drenched. Is the key of this matter. Non-rage, non-rage! There's worse bosses than this. This is the first boss. There's worse. Well, it seems like everybody has kind of learned. This is me jinxing it, isn't it? Where do you go? Over there. Over there. Over there. One of the... Wrong button. That was too fast. I need to... Okay. Okay, that was something. That was something. Proceeds to try on the stuff. I feel like we are in danger. I also think my tank doesn't know what he's doing when he needs to bring it over to the group. Or do you have to fight him near the chests? So we go with normal room temperature if I'm both hot and cool. Oh god, they're mimics. I really should have expected them to be mimics, because... I mean, quantum reality works, where things could be two different things at once. Most use their might to put down rebellions within the city, but this destruction is too widespread. What if that creature we fought earlier... Oh, fucking no. Yeah, I thought I was out of that. Are we... Ah! I'm just here, just screaming. The void. No. Yeah. Trying to fucking distract me or anything. Thank you. No. 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 I'm just fucking fuck. I'm just. No! 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 Well, that was it. Well... Well... I'm the best floor healer there ever was! I exist to floor heal! Only shows her half a power. Is it cutting me out halfway through the laugh? I've been having mic problems. I mean, I could try it that way, but I need to... Damn it! This is a struggle bus! I switched off the one that's supposed to... Almost! They almost got it! They almost got it! They did it! Alright, let me real quickly turn on the streams to see since I turned off the sound thing. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna turn it up a bit. I don't really like any of the stuff in this. What are we boss rushing this? Alright. God damn it. And I thought I got it off me. Well, drop me in a hole. Waterway. We're in the sewers, ew! I think I'm gonna do all of them tonight. Oh, wow. But does it naturally separate us? Alliance base. So we don't have to, you know, fight with each other on the, you know, the labyrinth to remind people. Because I had, like, the last time I ran the labyrinth, I had a person who kept on going to a different alliance, so I couldn't fucking do anything about it. Especially to heal them. Math? 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 Sorry, I had to put 42. I had to. Why did they split us up if they weren't gonna have us do other things? The light of God, okay. Oh, say, that's the direction they're gonna go after, okay. Y'all get to see me enjoy Panic. Just trying to do that. No, figure eight, figure eight, figure eight, figure eight. Okay. This is the time to see my Panic. That wasn't on purpose. Oh no, there's two of them! There's three of them! Fuck! Why did I do that? Wrong thing. Oh. Well, I did say I was gonna get trampled. I think I'm in the wrong location. Unfair! Unfair! The fact that he can go through these things and we can't. Can't stop having so many. I did get run over. I'll say, I'm not grandma, and I didn't get run over by a reindeer. Got run over by a fucking chariot. Oh, fuck. Lay out! Nope! No, 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 no! No! Sure, sure, sure! You have to step on these. Bit! Well... Not gonna make it. Does this count? Does this count? Well, that's what it's like for the other stuff. Yeah, that's not badass. I mean, bad for her. I'm not sure. Do they prefer to be stepped on?
It is to be a fight, then. I am only too happy to oblige. Like sheep before the wolf.
Dabby.
I am the truth.
The fuck?
From which you run. You will be judged.
Am I supposed to not? Is there something specific, since I'm judged for what I'm doing or not doing?
Revelation!
If it's truth, do what the mask tells you.
You will be judged. Kneel and repent.
But what does the thing say mean? What does it mean? Does it truth or lie? Look at the debuff and the thing. Yeah, but what's the no sight debuff mean? What should we call it debuff mean? Why is the sky blue? Look at or away. But which one does the light mask look like?
You are but blood to stain the circle. Does it grieve you to see the depths of your own weakness laid bare?
Not really!
Maggots.
I'm here, like, panicking! I think it's hilarious! It's red, truth is blue, okay. Oh, I get to be turned into a
You do
chicken!
not belong in my world.
I don't belong in anybody's world, so I don't know why you're being so peculiar about this.
I am the lies upon which you sup.
What if I don't wanna? Lie is...
You will be judged.
Cool.
The world has no place for such wretches. Your claim to life is forfeit.
Oh, confusion, 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 confusion! Nope, nope, nope!
You are but blood to stain the circle.
Oh, that's telling me which way that's gonna go if I go that door. Cool, okay. Is it gonna tell me not to move?
You will be judged.
I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe I should have looked up a guide before doing this, but where's the entertainment in that? Oh, it says commands you to turn away. Ah, I see. I wasn't paying attention to the words. I was running around. Just like me. I wasn't paying attention to the words. Me reading? What do you think? I just res somebody. He's getting closer.
The gods have no eyes for cattle. Like sheep before the wolf.
Well, I am chicken, yes. I am a... What? That... I don't like this!
Fool is the dog who
I do
bears
not
his
like
teeth
this!
before his master.
Save me, please, please, please!
Revelation!
I am dead.
You will be judged.
I bet the whole internet's judging me right now, and it's hilarious!
I am Revelation!
Zodiac thriller. Woo! I'll go back through and watch the... I don't want to see the damage to my armor. This is gonna be fun. I hate. I don't like any of these. But nobody actually uses this armor. Cosplay armor? I don't like the look of it. It doesn't look like fun. Oh, Final Fantasy Tactics. That's what I was figuring, Final Fantasy IV. I need to go back to an end to see the animation for when he dies. Not 4, 4 is different. Well, didn't they rename things? Oh, look! The father does show up before the end. He's gonna turn into a monster, isn't he? Where am I? Father! Ramza and the Warrior of Light? Yes, I know of you, but you should come to my rescue? Words fail me. I mean, I have nothing better to do. A poor playwright I must seem. Oh, look! He was captured. Oh no! The thing is, you're trying to look... The term you're looking for is thank you, upon which I, Bagaman Bounty Hunter, do humbly thank you, Warrior of Light, for delivering me this fine gift. Now quickly hand over the Arasite, unless you wish to see the desert sands turn red. I mean, with how many times I was on that goddamn floor, I'm quite sure it's quite red. And be quick. Juke does not like the steadiest of hands. That one, she'll bring it to me. You're gonna run off with them still too, right? Don't eat it. This is it, the Doma. Duma? And to think we were so close to Doma. The Duma of Doma. Bwahaha. Can I kill him? Oh, thank you! Thank you, sir! I might hit you just a little bit less on that one. Enough of... We will not have our guests think us underbred. You have what you want, you thieving lizards. Now unhand him. Of course. Ban guy is true to his word. I will be keeping this, though. Father! Father! Only yourselves to blame for this, but if you misled like the thought, you could have always blamed the gods. Not that they're listening. I'll get back at you before the end of this series. Get up, fool. We're leaving. Oh, he didn't die? Well, I don't give it. It was a fake gun. Cool. I'm back to hating you just as badly as I hated you before. You're gonna be alright. Yeah, sure. No worries, the astrologist is here. Yeah, sure, you're following. We cannot see to your father's hurts here. Yes, we can. Come now, we must get him back to the Prima Vista. Once again, forgetting that I am a healer here! He is unchanged. Why are we having him on the couch rather than an actual bed? Game developers didn't want to map out an actual room. Cool. Father, wake up, father! Please, mother, don't take him from us yet! Are we talking about mother like a goddess, or mother like mother being a vindictive wife that wants her husband back? Genos remains deep in slumber, but his breathing is steady and his fever has subsided. For now, all we can do is wait. I've sent word to Sid. I hope you don't mind. He's a couch potato. I love the embroideries coming off the side of his neck thing. Alma, can you ever forgive me? And you, Sid, it was never my intention to put you in such trouble. I am ever in your debt. You would have done the same for me, Genos, miss. Besides, it was Ishnai here who went to all the trouble of being a floor healer. If anyone deserves your thanks, it's her. Yes! Repair my art, pay for my armor repairment! He is right. I've done naught to deserve your kindness, yet I am its beneficiary nonetheless. So, if I understand correctly, you're saying that our site does not work to facilitate the possession of a living host by an icon. It was assumed to be the case with Ussel and the Archbishop, but rather absorbs the host's aether, its very soul, and somehow transforms it before returning to the host body. I mean, didn't Moon Breda say anything something like that? Or Irianche? If that's the case, our Charlene allies will need to be informed immediately. Wasn't this already known? But I suppose the real question here is, did you find what you came looking for? Yeah, but my book was stolen, therefore it doesn't matter. The legend would have us believe that, the Leda Herald, the commoner who would be king, was the sole hero of the Zodiac Brave story. But as I have discovered, there was another. Two others, in fact, and I'm betting we're gonna have to fight some version of them. Siblings whose roles faded from subsequent retellings of the story. A brother and sister by the names of Ranza and Alma. Is that what you named your children? And are they gonna be possessed by things? Because you decided to name them after them. That's how it works, right? To prepare for this assignment, I pored over every published work on Ivansian legend I could with my hands lay on my hands on, and nowhere did I find any mention of these siblings. I repeat, you live in Rigdania, not Garlemond. But I did. I uncovered irrefutable evidence that the Litza had a close companion named Raza, who aided him in his rise to power. This in turn led me to Alma. And that I might never lose sight of the truth, I named my own children after these lost players. That is... I'm not even gonna begin to say how horrifying that is. And horrible as a father for you to do that. Name my children so I won't lose sight of the truth. Really? That's just... You're putting your expectations and hopes and dreams on the children to some degree on that. I'm sorry I never told any of you any of this, Sid, but you must believe me. Lice has never been a mere pastime of mine. It is and forever will be my calling, my purpose. My family's purpose. See? He's making... It's like, literally, it's writing your own children's destiny before they have a chance to choose it themselves. Go on. So I won't forget my homework. I know, right? The world knows me as most sin the tale, but that is my stage name. Who'd have fucking thought? My true name is Arazalam. Arazalam Duray. Let me guess, you're bloodline to the guy, and this is gonna fuck us all over in an event because somebody's gonna be possessed. Or everybody's gonna be possessed. Countless generations past, it was my ancestor who penned the Durai papers. An account of Avalice and the War of the Lions that details what truly occurred during the turbulent era. And that was in that notebook that was stolen. You're tired, father. Rest. I will continue. Oh, good for you to keep this from us. Long ago, an orphan by the name of Oren Zerai crossed paths with both Ramza and Deleta. After Deleta's rise to power, Oren found himself in the service of the Palpabrecum Queen. I don't know where I got queen from. Following the War of the Lions, Oren believed the people of Ivalas had a right to know the truth of Ramza's involvement and set about documenting his deeds, and then he was murdered. You know, I was joking, but then I read the next line. When the church learned of his intent, however, they branded him a heretic and had him burned at the stake. See? I was joking, but I mean, I guess. The Durai papers were never published, and any existing copies were gathered and sealed away in church vaults. The truth of Ivalas along with them. So, what was so damning that would drive the church to do such a thing? Oh, sweetie. Oh, sweet summer child. I thought you were a journalist. Well, at least they have a coughing sound. Hey, that looks like the book that I have for my summoner. I mean, scholar. Did you steal it from my fucking scholar? Or you just decided to reuse a book texture? The answer to that question can be found in this book, the only surviving transcript of my ancestors' chronicle, copied from an earlier draft and passed down for untold generations. With this, my father and I plan to reveal the truth and restore honor to my family name. Does it really matter? Forbidden Chronicles? A secret family legacy? Oh, wow! The fuck am I always getting tied up in this? Oh wait, I know. I don't know how to say no. Not that I doubt you, Dramus, but how do you expect to convince people of all this when well-nigh every soul in the realm believes Avalice to be nothing but a bedtime story? Is proving anything by proving that is anything but? When the people see that Avalice was real, the rest will fall in place. Will it though? Were it as simple as to bring forth the chronicle and submit it for review, we would of course have it done so long ago, but alas, it is not. The Durai papers, you see, are written in high... Of course. High Elvish! It's now called Elvish. The place is called Elf City! It's now Elf City! An ancient tongue long exists. The Silmarillion! My father, his father, and my father before him labor tirelessly to decipher this tome, but for want of other sources made only fitful progress. A word here, a phrase there. It wasn't until a recent expedition in Rabanastre turned up several well-preserved artifacts we were able to translate, and it was in that red book, wasn't it? The red book of the, the book of the the red book of the marshes. Portion of the diary stolen by the, hunters. I'm afraid so. Everything we learned of the language was contained in those pages, and you couldn't remember it, oh dear playwright? No, we're back where we started. Not necessarily. We still have the transcript, as well as some few translated passages. Also, where are the artifacts? Did you not bring the artifacts with you? Why didn't you do that? Of course, my father's impeccable memory, which mysteriously will be not impeccable, right? Right? I've come too far to allow so simple a setback to deter me from my purpose. I will show the world the truth if that's the last thing I do. The Dim's red flag words. As Master Garland said, he is a man obsessed, and I fear the grip on him will only grow tighter. Father was fortunate to escape Rabanastre with his life, and already he speaks of continuing his quest. Promise me you'll keep him safe, please. I make no promises on keeping him safe from himself, or possession. Or me having to stab him because of the possession. Look at her 66%. Go down here and mend it. Fucking pay for my fucking repair bill, god damn it. Solid gear, I know, right? After what I've seen here, I'm all but convinced that Avalice exists, at least in some form. I'm probably gathering sufficient evidence to convince the thousands of scholars and historians who have based their careers on perception that it doesn't. Yeah, of course. Not that I've ever been one to shy from a challenge, especially when it means the story of a century. I think it's the time to, yeah. If you're in Ishnai, then I'm in. If you're not in, well, I'm still in. Either way, you'll be hearing from me again soon. That much I promise you. Cool. I just realized I need to go to the, What did I need to do in the end? Oh, right. Watch the video. I mean, the film of watching. Hi, Saito! The Withers from... I think I've seen it. I mean, you should see some of the other stuff they can add. Also, I don't have Baldur's Gate 3, and I don't know what Withers are, but I have an idea from the name of what they are. Hi, Saito! Good that you walked in on that. Close your... We're going to be in. I'm quite sure there's a mod that has, like, giving breasts and stuff to all the creatures in The Witcher. I wouldn't put it past the world. I mean, they already have breasts, but I mean, some of them do, and it's kind of creepy, if I remember correctly. Anyways, we are... So one of those, do your boobs hang low, do they wobble to and fro? Can you tie him in a knot? Can you tie him in a bow? Can you throw them over your shoulder like a continental soldier? Yeah. That's the raid I just ended up, you know, absolutely being dead on. This is the Ivalice, the based on both Final Fantasy IV and Final Fantasy 12. Us are a thriving city. Please. Okay, we already saw this part. This is the raid setup. Have us are walking in. Wrong one. Oh, you're gonna love this quest then. They don't have the me killing the guy? What the fuck? Because I did that speaking thing and I didn't. Okay, that's kind of annoying. I'm sorry about that, y'all. I didn't realize that it wouldn't. Also, where are you gonna join me? Yes, we are. And Dalmasca things. And we're gonna have me get lost here. I went to the wrong location! The markets. You killed my party, prepare to be rezzed. I know, right? Hey, I am the good floor healer. I don't think they have anything for Final Fantasy X in this, which I'm kind of surprised, thinking on it, on how popular it is. You've been waiting for me quite a time. Where in the world have you been? I literally just went over to the inn, changed a few things, and came back. It hasn't been that long. Did you not receive Alma's summons? Principal Lixentail's research into the Aura site may finally bore fruit. There's references, but it's like, I mean, one of the raids is based after Final Fantasy X. I mean, Final Fantasy VIII. And of course, this is 12. And then they have a crossover with 15 every once in a while. You must hurry to Prima Vista before they embark on some grand, perilous adventure without us. And I don't think there's anything with 7 besides clothing and stuff. No, let me go first see what you want to say. In her message, Alma mentioned a guest from Charlian. Someone your companion Sid believed might be able to assist the principal's research. An archetype, I think the term she used. Really? Well, they also, for Final Fantasy VIII, have the Triple Triad, or the card game. Hi, I have arrived. But aren't there big fans of Final Fantasy Tactics or whatever? True, Final Fantasy X is the easiest one. Ishnai, Lady thank you for answering my summons. Master Golan was kind enough to send for an Archon from Charlian, and I thought only right to be present to your findings. To be frank, summoning Mikoto was more of Ishula's ideas. Ha ha ha! Yay! I simply came along to see what light she shed on the mystery. You're cute. I don't think I've met you before. Okay, she's introducing herself. Guess that means we're introduced now. Mikoto of House of Jinba, a Domian. Though my years in Charlian has made me a stranger here. You must be Ishnai Ciarfox. Maybe. Famed liberator of men. Slayer of false gods. Warrior of light. I thought you'd be taller. Thank you for the Star Wars reference, but also, I prefer being short, thank you. Also, that's kind of a reference to the fact that all the bosses, even if they're human to some degree, tend to be a bit taller than general characters. Let us speak of the crystal. Yeah, I am big where it matters. And that's not the breasts, apparently. The Otis is but one of many aurosite that shards that aid the noble delight lead us rise to the regent. Stash, yeah, I know, right? Oh, my apologies. The Otis is no ordinary crystal, even discounting its obvious historical importance. The specimen is more than a simple manifestation of elementary aspects of energy. Rather, it is an ethereal lodestone whose facilitation of both the absorption and transmission of distant frequency and our type harmonic vibrations have been observed to promote ethereal amplification. I want to make a joke, but I'm not gonna. The result to neoharmonic disturbance allows for a highly unique emittance of CPRS waves that, instead of radiating outwards with the determinate factor of dispersal, instead resonates inward at a frequency so labored. My estimates place the rate of the VRT decay upwards of several centuries, though it must admit it lacks sufficient variance to complete a truly comprehensive graphical assessment. So it's kind of like a soul stone. Is that where I'm jumping off point? While that explanation may elicit admiring nods from your professors at the academy, it'll only earn you blank looks here. I mean, I kinda got it. But that's only because I'm thinking of the experiences by which I had with the art site, which also involved killing Asians, so absorbing them and keeping them there for a certain amount of time. Though the thing is, if I remember the Aura site, one of the problems was keeping the energy there without having it fade away too quickly. So why is it now that the energy is now being able to be stored there? Just asking, because I'm not a fucking nerd and wasn't paying attention. Take a deep breath and try again, this time in a language that those without the echo might comprehend. Oh, sweetie. My apologies, I merely thought... Her outfit's cute, though. Apologies will see us no nearer to an answer. A simpler explanation will. Simpler, right. Aether is not only the building blocks of all things material, but those immaterial as well. Thoughts, memories, feelings, one's very will are all understood to be ethereal phenomena and can be measured as such. Unlike most crystals, which can only emit elemental energies, aurosite is not only to absorb aether, but aether specific to the material. Aether The aether is then stored and multiplied within its crystalline confines until an external stimuli participates is released. Like I said, it's a soul stone. I love when my characters play stupid. Not just play stupid, are stupid. Try again. How about I explain it? I'm explaining it easier! Under appropriate conditions, a strong will or desire can become imprinted on these aurosites and stored until fomentation, which at times desire becomes manifest. Soul stones! Soul stones! Everybody knows what fucking soul stones! Just say soul stones! Fomentation? My studious friend is trying to say that Otis takes one's deepest fantasies and makes them a reality. Where did you get that from that? Where? Where? Ah, yes, yes. That is simpler. You may choose to think of a process akin to that of summoning a primal. There's one marked difference. Primal summoning requires supplemental energy source such as hoarding elementally charged crystals. We're just changing what the fuck Arsite does, aren't we? Am I confusing Arsite with something else? I have to look this up, fucking hell. Aurosite, yes, using into Crystal of Aurosite. Morbria traces the Eidhart's teleportation. Therefore, it's observed. Are crystals that can absorb, redirect, and release different types of magic essence depending on. Come here, come here, come here, come here. Come here. They should at least have a Bible for these things. At least that's what my minor was game design. I never finished fighting. I mean, the fighting college. Yes, that's a good way of putting it. Fighting college. Okay, come on. But what you usually have if you're writing up, especially something so deep as this, you have what's called a Bible, or where you at least have certain things that are put in the stone about like how items work, or at least things that are important. Let me, because we just used an aetherite at the store blood shit. But am I being too nerdy for my own good? Serve as its own source of power. Capacity to store. No! The reason why we're having problems with aetherite is because the energy would dissipate too quickly. So that when you were trying to store it, the Asians could escape easily, so you had to use a certain amount of energy to keep them there long enough to break the goddamn thing. Parasite, I give up. I give the fuck up. No, I won't. I will keep going on about this. I know myself too well. We know from the Durai papers that Argoth Gath was never king of Levice. He was slain during the Battle of the War of the Lions. Yet Argath, encountered during the recent expedition, carried himself as if he had been crowned regent. I believe this was merely the 8th Auracite in his possession, making the manifestation, realizing his desire to rule. Soulstone! Soulstone! Also means that these people are going to be possessed. Good thing you didn't have, you know, name your children after 2 important figures and maybe end up, you know, that Aetherite, you know, I mean, Auracite, whatever, you know, possessing them or any shit. And I blame you for making sure that your children were predestined to this kind of shit, or I informed he uttered the same words over and over again for the duration of the confrontation which unfolded. If that is the case, it is possible that it was not actually Argath who uttered them, but the Auracite itself. Taru was the first thing the game fears her. I fear her. She's awesome, but I fear. If the Durai papers are accurate, Argath was weaker and a petty noble who believed his blood entitled him to power. The Auracite took that belief and twisted it into the abomination. Ishnai put to the sword. Oh, that was the last boss we killed? The judgment boss? The I'm once again on the floor boss? Then you are saying the crystal could prove a threat. Yeah, so Sid is awesome. The Auracite Alma, it's not necessarily. Ramza seemed fair well enough. There is no record of the young regent being manipulated by the artifacts he gathered. Your son and the regent are 2 different people. In the hands of the just, the Auracite should prove harmless, even beneficial. And no fucking foreshadowing there. To paraphrase, it's not the weapon that kills, but the one who wields it. I don't know! The weapon has a pretty goddamn big hand in it! Now, where have I heard that before? Ah yes, it was Emperor Galvaz's justification for taking the marvels of Magitech and applying them to the manufacture of arms. Where, after all, was the harm if it allowed him to bring order to the 3 great continents? You draw an intriguing parallel, Master Garland. The properties of the crystals are so singular. I do wonder if they are like Magitech, are products of science and not nature. That they have been created by someone to... But who? What manner of person would be even capable of such a feat? I wonder... Anyways, the Ascians are calling. Though Auracite is... maybe, who knows. Now then, an interesting question, the answer of which I look forward to hearing. Regrettably, I have pressing matters to attend to elsewhere. Yeah, good thing I'm not working on that raid tonight. Fear not, however, Mikoto's insights will prove far more beneficial than anything I might accidentally contribute. Good day to you all. You know what? Game developers, why do you even have him here at all if you're just gonna write him in and out, in and out? Other than when he'll show up with Deus Ex Machina shit. And now he's possessed. What I don't understand is, if the Duma was imprinted with Argath's deepest desires, then whose desires are rattling about inside this? I don't know, ask your father who was having a conversation with it. Oh, good that you stepped away. I had the self-same question, and thus conducted a thorough inspection of the crystal upon my arrival. The results were inconclusive. Oh good. Shit's gonna hit the fan. Traces of ethereal activity were present, but to all intents and purposes, the vessel was empty. What if it wanted you to think that? Empty? But what are the voices I heard? They went somewhere. Voices? I heard nothing of the sort. The only voices you heard, Alma, were in your own stubborn head. Children, I know you're siblings, but back the fuck off right now. Ramza, why won't you... Are you lying to hide something? Ramza? Huh? You haven't been hearing the voices in the ring? You know? This is a put on the ring? Become King of Mordor? Shall we speak of voices then? What of yours? Our resident voice of dissent, have done naught but question the wisdom of our research from the moment we left Garlemald. Would you put your petty worries above our family's callings? Yes! That's... Just because it's your calling does not mean it's her calling. Do not force what you want to do onto her. She's a totally different person. No, I would never. Also, voices of dissent are what you need in situations like this so that you don't, go gung-ho about something that you end up being blindsided, which you're probably about to be. You would never. Then why involve a gossip monger, a goody two-shoes, and this flying mole? I vote to kick him out of the airship, I think he's sus. We're going with Among Us, yes. I think he's Among Us sus. Kick him out. I get to do my vocal voice! Please tell me you can see that. Yeah! I do my vocal voice. I'm gonna ruin my voice, but I'm gonna do the vocal voice! Are you not gonna say anything? Moogle's just staring at us creepily. I don't know a Moogle to ever be fucking quiet. Ah, Moogle, yes. A Moogle? A decidedly dusty one at that. Might be this one of your acquaintances, Ishnai? The pump is a different color than the ones that I'm used to. It's whiter. Yes, I can actually tell the difference between some of them. It's like I've never seen before. Can we keep it? I don't think you want to. Most intriguing, is it alive? Do I kick you in the shins, sir? I'm at least giving you the sir part of that. Don't stand there, get rid of the things. You're the liberator, liberate this bitch! Don't touch the Moogle. Also, yep, is that one of your fairies? No, it couldn't be. We're not over Eorzea. A kami then? I have no idea they were so rotund. The Moogles go where the Moogles go! Perhaps we require a ratter. That's not a rat! What an entrance! It was as though it appeared out of thin air. Now, can someone tell me exactly what in the world it is? Wait, don't tell me, it's a maggle! Yes, Eorzeans breed them for their meat. I read about them all in Eat, Pray, Die, a culinaria's guild to publication, They meant to be delicious. Yeah, Eat, Pray, Love. Yeah, cool. Uh-huh. Is it just not the sweetest thing you've ever seen? You can't see him, can't you? It's not just me. Hi, Fox! Just, how much fur do you think that creature's hide would yield? Just hypothetically. Girl! What does a fur-clad potbelly have on a bronze chest of rippling thew? I tell you, absolutely nothing. Get away from me. before Sid left, he handed me this queer contraption. Says it's an Allegan storage node. That if I activate it, I can hear the principal's voice as if he was standing beside me. Would you care to try it? Gulp. It's an Allegan. They woken from their slumber to punish us for wanton misuse of their relics. Alright. Records found. Query. Okay. What's taking up your role? Ah, a Moogle. How quaint. Everybody else's reaction, and you're just, okay, Did I talk to you yet? No, both of them are like, I'm gonna go voice, here we go.
Oh, please do go on. My acceptance into your fine troops ranks can wait until I'll have said their piece, Kupo.
Guards, get this.
Mont Blanc. My name is Mont Blanc, citizens of Damascus Desert, seeker of thrills, adventurer extraordinaire, but you may call me Mont Blanc, Kupo.
Damascus has long been known as a melting pot for a myriad of cultures, where minor races such as the Sikh, Benga, and the Vera might live in relative harmony with the Elzin and others. Yet there is no record of a prominent Mughal population. I mean, he said he's an adventurer.
Most likely because we are neither prominent nor populous. My people are nomadic by nature, ever drawn to the elusive frontier and the freedom she promises, Kupo.
I don't know, the 12 Woods ones seem to stay. So, not completely doing the Kupo voice.
Kupo! 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 Kupo!
Okay, there. Moogle?
Of course I'm a Moogle, Kupo. You think the adorable wings and the fluffy palm would have given it away? Now, about my admission to the Majestic.
I will allow no such thing. The Majestic is the Empire's premier theater company. Will not sully its good name by granting refuge to a fluttering ball of fur. You have no right to say anything. Ask your father. He's the one in charge. And furthermore, how in the world did this abomination board the Prima Vista in the first place? We do not question the Mughals. They are magic.
Dang, you made him cry!
By means of his wings, I were to guess. As for his admission into our company, I do not seem to recall race, creed, or allegiance on my list of prerequisites. Do you? No, father. Very well then, Mont Blanc. What is it that calls you to the stage? Our stage.
What else? The Zodiac Brave story, Kupo. Never before have I witnessed something so amazing, so moving. Sitting, well, technically hovering there in the audience as the story unfolded around me, I knew I was witnessing something special, something positively transcendent, Kupo. It was then I realized that I either had to be part of it or go to my grave bitter and broken Moogle.
Oh no, there's a second one. Okay, I have to figure out to do a lower register voice.
It was with this realization before or after you swore to simply had to become the realm's greatest marauder, Kupo.
There's a pair of them. You're not getting rid of them.
Hey, how did you? Perhaps you had more success at running away if you didn't reveal your grand designs to every other fool you had happened to meet, Kupo.
Or is this a...
Was it not 2 nights ago you took the axe, Kupo? Now here you are professing your passion for the stage before carving even a single notch on your haft. Do you not remember? He who churns the butter goes the sweetest bread?
No, I have not. Raising children, oh goodness.
But how is one to savor said buttered bread if his head is in the belly of a fearsome beast? You accuse me of giving up when I merely came to the realization that continuing would end in failure. Only through a change of course could I realize my final destination, Kupo!
I'm guessing that's a relatively new anime.
And what destination is that, Mummer? Are you sure it's not Geomancer? Arithmetician? Templar? Don't bother answering, Kupo. We all know you'll be singing a different tune come cockcrow.
Well, I mean, he gets to play those roles if he's acting.
That's where you're mistaken, Hurdy. I was destined to be a thespian. I can feel it in my fur. The role of Delita was made for me. Made for me, Kupo.
Kupo, enough! The actors in our company train at the Empire's finest institutes. They represent the pinnacle of the profession, not only in Garlemald, but across the entire world. Slays him. Oh, it's an isekai. And joins adventure. That's kind of sweet, though. Raz, just because they trained there doesn't mean that they can't learn anything anywhere else. A vagrant bat mole? How dare you! Like you could never hope to share a stage with such artists, let alone play the part of a hero like Delita. You yourself admitted you were too craven to face a solitary beast. How do you imagine you would fare against a pack of theater critics? Any troupe would need proof of valor before even consider...
Craven? Call me a cheat, call me a cur, but do not, sir, call me Craven. I accept your challenge. Slay but one foul beast is mine own hand, and the Majestic Theater Company will accept me into his rank, Kupo!
Wait, I issued no such...
You are all here, witness, Kupo! When I return with the head of a terrible beast in my gore-stained hands, you will be honor-bound to welcome me, Mont Blanc the Mummer, into the fabled ranks of the Majestics. Good day!
Wonderful.
Wonderful. What do we do now?
What do? We do nothing. If that bat mole wishes to throw himself on the horns of a stampeding Dizzo, I will not stand in his way. Very, very light-hearted. I believe the term of derogation is mole bat, and I should warn you, Muggles do not take kindly to those who use it. Why must you always put yourself above others, brother? Well, he is Garlemald. Garlemald! The only thing is the kid's past. Okay. Did you learn nothing from Argoth's wretched example?
Mont Blanc would never have set foot on this fool's errand had you not made the challenge. If anything befalls my brother, his blood will be on your hands.
Ishnai, you're the only one among us capable of locating Mont Blanc and preventing disaster. On behalf of my brother, I beg your assistance. I have no way of saying no. You have something different to say? A Moogle? Never heard of them. Are you quite certain it's not a kami? Or yokai, perhaps? No. Took me 5 summers and 10 auditions to earn my place in the Prima Vista. That thing isn't for a surprise if he believes the principal will grant him a role on our stage. I mean, guild can do a lot of goddamn things. A Moogle? Well, they bear no resemblance to the Moogles in our productions. Our poor costumiers would have to start from scratch. Not a Maggle, you say, but a Moogle? Eat, pray, die says nothing of Moogles. Are they as delicious as Maggles? No. I always wondered what Moogles truly look like. Something about the costumes we hear always seemed a little odd. Rabbit-like ears, long limbs, wispy singlets. Are we talking about Vieira? If I didn't know any better, I would think our costumier had absolutely no idea what a Moogle was. Or probably was fetishizing them. Those Moogle creatures are absolutely adorable! Do you think he'd mind if I stroked him? You can ask him. Moogles, you say? Ha! I play Moogle in the Zodiac Brave story, and I can tell you, true Moogles are little like those portly vermin hovering before us. Get the fuck out, Andrew Tate. Desert Moogles now? I suppose that would explain their current state of dishevelment. Shortly after arriving here, I was presented with a study which suggests that consuming large quantities of honey improved brain function. The results were so compelling, I almost felt moved to try. That is, until I saw the work that was commissioned by one of Eorzea's foremost confectioners. It made me long to return to Charlian. Forgive me, was there out you else? Oh yeah, tell me about Aetheryte! In simpler terms, from what I know, I've been able to discern Aetheryte displays uncanny to draw upon the will of its possessor, manipulate the formless aether into a corporal manifestation. The resultant form can be maintained for as long as there's aether to sustain it. Though, mind you, there was that guy that destroyed my, boy that destroyed my, Dark Nightstone and is manifesting spirits to help people. Principal Jomos has recently uncovered evidence appears to be corroborating my suspicion that Aetheryte is not naturally occurring substance, but one created to serve a purpose. Be a purpose I is yet to identify. However did Ranza come to be so thoroughly obnoxious? He and his sisters couldn't be more different. I mean, I'm gonna throw this out there. First of all, they're siblings. That doesn't make them the same person. Second of all, boys and girls go through puberty different ways, and sometimes they act out in different ways and tend to take their anger out in different ways. Thirdly of all, don't think his father's told him to shut up anytime soon. Moogles are prominent players in Avasian legend, but none of the tales mention their capacity for flight. Something lost in translation, perhaps. You saw the poor Moogle? He won't last a day on his own. You must find him and bring him back, I beg of you. Yay. I'm sorry you have to wait around stressful for us to get here. My brother can be rather simple-minded when it comes to such matters. I've noticed. He needs to actually maybe seek therapy to figure out how to better emotional regulation here. Thinking to impress the Warrior of Light and her companion, Small Block would likely choose the scene of your recent exploits to prove its worth. Meaning Rabanastre, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, I forgot, that's the wrong language. I mean, wrong sound. It's really talking. Pardon my language, but Razma is really an incurable little prick, is he not? Journalist! How dare he speak to his sister in the Moogle in that manner? I can't decide. Well, it's also he might be stressed out, but like I said, it's poor emotional management here that's taking out on other people. I couldn't decide which was worse, the things he said or the way the principal sat back and let him say it. That's the other thing. But I suppose it's none of our concern. I bet it's our concern because I have to go fix this. For now, let's concentrate on the task at hand. Finding that Moogle before he does something we'll all regret. Where do we start? Nearby Pier 2, perhaps? The boy's gonna be getting us all into a bunch of shit, isn't he? Because nobody can't seem to say no to him and actually mean it. Here too. You could say no, but then they kind of back off. And well, the one that does is the sister, and they let him rag all over her. 16. I cannot make a joke like that. I'm not allowed. The Falcon Porter tells us he set a traveling blacksmith away to his son or not a bell past. Could that be of interest? Why that could be of interest to us, you ask? Because the peddler of iron and steel was seen to be carrying a bag stuffed to the brim, and I quote, with albino mole fur and purple bat wings. Mont Blanc.
Mont Blanc! Not that we look like that, Kupo.
The quickest route to Damascus via the One River and its western tributaries. If Malak is bound for Rabanastre, he will seek passage from the Glittering Basin. I just... You know what? He's being naughty and he gets a beating. He doesn't get a spanking, he gets a fucking beating. Violence. The beatings will continue until the behavior improves. Well, he's not my child. Yes, just regular violence. The fuck are Red Chocobo doing out here? I mean, they can climb, if I remember, Red Chocobos are the ones that climb mountains, but I mean... At least in Final Fantasy 7 and 9. Can we stop with the meteor? Can we? Also, technically, he's a teenager, not a child. I know there's a kind of no difference when you really, really think about it, but Can you stop being hit by meteor? I don't have a callback thing. Oh, there goes Bogo. Help! Somebody, please! The weather? Are they stronger because you're in a party with me? Thank you. No, they look 70 on mine, but they seem to be sure as hell taking everything. I should have gone to my red mage. Tank healer, yes, yes. Yeah, I was figuring you were just gonna do that. I'm fine. Everything's fine. You know, it keeps on saying, unable to execute command while mounting. I'm not trying to mount anything, especially not this red chocobo, but when I try and do a heal thing. Do you see? It says unable to execute command while mounting. I'm not mounting this! In fact, it feels like he's mounting me because I keep on getting hit so goddamn hard. There we go. There we go.
Montblanc, what were you thinking?
Have you any idea what you put your brother through? He's been worried sick.
Both Hurdy and Renza were right all along. I am a failure, a flop, a flailing, flapping, foolish failure, Kubo. How could I play the part of a hero if I can't even ruffle the feathers of a single measly bird? The audience would see right through me like the spineless jellyfish I am.
Now wait, Montblanc. Not everyone can be a hero, not even most heroes. Yes, the bards sing of the man who deals the final blow, but what of his cadre of loyal companions? Do you think Dalila united Everlast on its own? Do you think Ishnai here was alone when she liberated Al Amigo? Well, I mean, the way the story looked like, I absolutely slaughtered the Emperor on my own. I mean, the sun. Not all wars are won on the front lines.
But of course they're not. Every campaign needs its brilliant architect, the mastermind who moves the pieces across the board. I, Montblanc, shall be the mastermind.
How do you have to have it for breakfast? I am half asleep while doing it. I am just rolling out of bed.
That was quick.
I know, right? Let us not dwell on the details. The day is saved and Montblanc has escaped sans scratch or singe to show for it. We should return to the Prima Vista before our luck runs out. Also, it looks like the Muggles of this area are dark purple wings, where I remember they're kind of more pink and 12 Woods and Mog's Home, but Mog's Homes are a bit more yellowish in color. Yes, I do pay attention. What are you talking about? Sometimes. If me going on about the aetherite, the aura site isn't saying much. The thing about the aura site that bothers me is the fact that they had an entire, like, demonstration, like, not demonstration, presentation of talking about it in the game for RR content. Like, absolutely presentation kind of thing, you know, black screen behind them, the images showing up on the screen, with them standing in front of them like presentation. Understandable. And I'm kind of going through this as it happens. Oh, who'd have fucking thought it? Please, take this ship as... Please, this ship is a place of peace. Does it look peaceful right now? Does it look like I care either? Does it look like they care? Release my sister or you will answer to me. Why am I still standing there like a deer with the headlights? When the cat's away... You know, this is all your fault, brother, for making me go after this guy. I mean, like, having him go, you know, do this, be strong mission. Put that damn thing down, Razma. You're not helping matters. We have no quarrel with you or yours. We only seek aid in finding our leader, Gabanan. You seek our help? You who threatened to kill my father? Who stole his work and made fools of us all? Never. I'm quite sure it didn't make any of us... I mean, it didn't make me a fool. I'm too amazing for that. Hardy har har. Silence, Resma. They have Alma. We will hear what they have to say. As I said, we have no quarrel with you. We only did what was necessary to secure an audience. We surrender our weapons and offer you a journal as an act of good faith. Why did you capture the girl, though? What about thing of good faith is showing? Better. And there's also, yeah, it's been years, but there's also like a wow between updates kind of thing. This is rather a lot to digest, but your claims do coincide with what we have learned about the Arasite. Oh, he's possessed? You're saying the crystal did something to our captain? No. I mean, yes. After being emptied of Argath's will, the Duma sought of another state to sate its appetite for Aether. I mean, good thing I didn't touch it. Hardy har har. I think the protection of Hydaelyn kept anything from happening. You're saying that the crystal ate our captain? I mean, in so many ways, yes. Not his body, no, only his soul. Oh, shame. His soul? Oh, shame. And nothing of value was lost. Tell me, what in your opinion was your leader's deepest desire? What was it he longed for above all else in the world? Why waste your breath reasoning with these lizards? Stop being racist! They showed themselves for the beasts they are when they put a knife to your throat. Of course I don't care about the soul. First mole bats, now lizards. I mean, sorry, this is Mont Blanc's.
First mole bats, now lizards. This one's tongue is pure poison.
I can glare at him for you. The boy calls us what he pleases. For our past failings, we deserve no better. Your failings? 30 summers have come and gone, yet not a night goes by that I do not wake in the sweat at the memory. We were fusers in the Damascan army, stationed at the royal stronghold at Nalbian. The Nalbian fortress was reputed to be impenetrable. Oh, kind of like unsinkable. Its fall to the 4th Legion proved to a turning point in the Imperial campaign, dealing a crushing blow to the Damascan morale Sabby! Bye, Sabby! Hope you're doing better, Sabby! Ultimately marking the beginning of the kingdom's end. Hope you sleep well, Sabby! Hope you pet your cat for me, since I am, you know, I order you to. But Galman was our captain, and once it was clear the day would not be ours, Prince Rasil, commander of the garrison at Nalbina, tasked him with one final mission. Our unit was to escort His Highness's twin sister. Ash! Ash! Wait, wasn't it 12 he was married to her? Okay, so they're switching this around kind of thing. Ash, Leia, away from the fortress and hence to safety, but things did not go as planned. I still remember the words she uttered as she lay dying in the captain's arms. Oh, wow. But a stone's throw away from the Barham-Scythe waterway drains into the sea. Even as the fog of death descended upon her, she smiled and told us, the very people who had failed her, to survive for as long as... Well, it's obvious that I know that since I said that. Fail her, survive as long as a single... For as long as even a single Dalmascan stood, our nation would never truly perish. Well, good thing we've been taking out, you know, the, Empire left and right on this. But it should not have been us who survived. By failing to protect our charge, we betrayed the princess and her memory, and brought shame upon our race. So yes, we are not but cold-blooded lizards, deserving whatever scorn you deign to heap upon us. What's with it in the beast tribes, to some degree, being the ones that are tasked with protecting the royalty? Because, I mean, the Lupins were for the Emperor in Doma. I think we may safely assume the deep-seated hatred towards the invaders of his homeland, coupled with the self-loathing born from a sense of powerlessness. Oh, good, we psychologically forfeit him. The darkness that lurks in the heart of Gaman is little different from that which drove Argoth, the self-same emotions which were to nourish Duma. Good thing I don't have any of those emotions to be controlled by. Stop speaking in riddles, Charlian. She's saying your brave captain will eventually turn into a monster, or rather, more of one. I'm gonna kick you. I'm gonna kick you hard. In fact, I'm gonna keep kicking you, not just once. And I don't know when I'm gonna stop. Garlean lies. Well, that's a Charlian that said that first. If they say what they say is true, if we do not find Vagan and the Duma soon, none of us are safe, present company included. Yeah, but when we find it, one of us is going to be possessed, and I vote the sun. You have any idea where he might have gone? Any at all? It's already 4 a.m. Damn. 8-hour stream. Wait, look at this. Something has been added to the final page of my journal. Did you do this while you were feverish? And good! Deus Ex Retina. The captain must have put it there. If only he had access to it. Only he had access to it until we found the pack he left behind, that is. Is this Dalmascian? We might be able to do just one more for this stream. My voice is kind of going too. And do this one last raid and then head out for tonight. Indeed it is. It says Ridorana. The lighthouse? Why would he write that in the old man's journal? No less. There's a place on Valnard Sea, far from to the south of Rabanastre, where the ocean tumbles into a gaping maw more than a mile across. The Rabanastre cataract. What, you think I know what it is? Legend would have us believe it is the entrance to the Hell of Water. I've been to Hell too, a few times, it feels like. Many a scholar seeking to prove otherwise has ascended into the chasm, even by airship, but not one has returned. Oh, good, we will, right? I mean, we will, yes. We are main protagonists. What do I have to do? What are you gonna make me do? Given what the Emperor did to Banga's homeland, the fact that we hail from you-know-where, do you think we should be worried? I don't know, should we? Experience has taught me that one ignores one's intuition at one's own peril. And something most definitely does not feel right about all this. I mean... 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Not like a well-choreographed routine to see you through testing times. Oh, wonderful. A trip to the southern seas. Not that I'll be disembarking, mind you. Of course. While I do not condone the brutish tactics employed by our trio of unwanted guests, I feel it would be remiss of me not to commend on their immaculate musculature. Okay. I will admit, since arriving here in the south, there's been not a dull moment. Not that life back in Garlemald is dull by any means. Only that your foreigners seem to embrace chaos where the sane man would seek to prevent it. Like I said, I have no survival instinct. Force it. Okay, it's the same thing. My fellow thespians want to claim the Rabanastre cataract is the one way to get to the seventh hell. While I'm not able to take their word for it, neither am I inclined to put the theory to the proof. But good that I am! The Bagans who took us hostage were once royal fusers. Whatever could have driven this to their life of villainy? I don't know. Not being able to get a job anywhere else? It appears yesterday's enemy is tomorrow's friend. But what then does that leave us today? Frenemies? All I know that I learned from my lessons in Damascus geography, but no mention of it was made of the Valsian legend. While Principal Geononis seems convinced of a connection, I believe I shall reserve judgment until more is known. There aught else you'd like to ask of me? No, I'm good. Bastard. Sorry. Tell me, is Redori truly as magnificent as they say? You've never been there? And there I was thinking you might have something to contribute. I repeat, I'm gonna start kicking you. 1 second. I'm actually. I am looking for it. Do I not have violence I can do against him? I can slap him! I can slap him! I can slap him! I can slap him! Bitch! 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 Okay, sorry. Okay. Ever since laying hands on Duma, Baganan has acted strangely. He began speaking to the stone as if it were Prince Reisler himself. At first, my brothers all thought it was a jest, but he continued long after he thought us all abed. It's all true. My brothers and I were full seers of the royal family, and Baganan was our captain. We laid down our flintlocks once we realized our failure. We better live long. Any other race would think it a blessing, but to me, mine is a curse. More summers mean more suffering.
Redorn, if it were up to me, we'd never go near the place. You see, we desert Mughals are not, how would you say, in our element around water. Alright, we can't swim. Sink like sledgehammers we do, Kupo. Do I know of Rana? Well, of course I know of Rana. Now, I've been there? No. Can't say I have, Kupo. I must admit knowing little of Rana, say that which Lady Mikoto shared with us. Before I expend valuable time and research traveling to such a remote place, I must review my notes and see if there's any mention of the Abyss. Share findings soon as we learn a lot of interest. Oh good, you already found your stuff? Let's say, you found that pretty quickly. Our studies reveal that it was both the name of both the massive gap in the southern Valnard Sea and the lighthouse once manned by the Royal Damascus Navy to prevent ships from succumbing to the Cataract's currents. I stress once manned, as the towers laid empty since the Candlekeeps abandoned their posts after the fall of Rabanastre. But if our Sirius offers any indication of what can befall a lighthouse in its absence of its caretakers, monsters everywhere! Yes, but the real question is how of this all ties with the Avasian legend. A cursory examination of the Zodiac Brave story reveals no mention of maybe because it was named something else? Yet it seems foolish to assume that a name cannot change in the— Oh, good that you're keeping up, you stupid motherfucker! Oh, sorry. I don't like you. Since the tale was writ. I thought I'd cross-reference text on modern Isbardian history with our translations of the Durai papers. And after exhaustive re-examination of my ancestors' notes, I discovered there's not a single entry on— While mentioning of the Valnard Sea is abundant, I found no reference to whatever cataract or lighthouse was within its waters, as if though it might have been caused around that time, or right after it, so that it doesn't exist until then. I'm just throwing that out there. As I discovered, it prompted me to examine the mystery from a different perspective. Ha! Motherfucker! I was ahead of you! Ha! What if there's no mystery at all? What if at the time of the Lita's rise, the chasm did not exist? Mainly because all the shit that's been happening in this goddamn world. The theory— There's more, but only a visit to the lighthouse will enable us to confront our theories with any certainty. Yeah, let's see what everybody says. Our first adventure! How exhilarating! Who invited me, you ask? Well, that tall one over yonder with the face Kupo. Don't be fooled by my brother's false bravado. We are from a tribe of desert Mughals. Many of us never have seen more than an oasis pond, let alone an endless ocean. The mere sight of water should be enough to frighten him back to the airship. We do not ask your forgiveness for past actions of our leader, only that you show him the same kindness that you would anyone in need. I mean, I do that. I am Paragon. If anything were to happen to Captain, I would. I do not speak of what my brothers are thinking. The captain was a fool to believe the Dooman could bring back our fallen. Now his faith in legends and fairy tales will be his end. Yes, the bag that attacked you stole the principal's precious heirloom and held a knife to the throat of his daughter, but I don't see any reason why we shouldn't forgive them, do you? I know you're being a smartass, but... do we have anybody else here that you know? Okay, that's the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Do you think the bag have dancers of their own? And do you think they would show me? No, you're probably right. Finally, are we? This should be exciting, though not for those lizards, perhaps. Especially if it turns out their captain has gone the way of the other fellow. Well, I am good at murdering. Their ways may be barbaric, but their hearts seem true enough, as do their upper arms, their thighs, their abdomens. Gods, those abdomens. Just fuck already! I mean, sorry. I will admit, arriving here in the south... Okay, same thing. I forgot
have to talk to you guy over here. When it's all over, I'm going to ask the principal for leave to visit the Damascan mainland. If Damascus ties to Avaleth are as strong as he claims, there may be much more to gain from studying the kingdom's musical tradition. My fellow thespians are wont to claim that the Cataract is a one-way gate to the 7th house. Well, okay, same thing as before. As I said, only visiting the lighthouse will be able to confirm our theories. Game theories. All I know about is I learned lessons. Yeah, same thing as before. More? Why there was sudden reluctance to reveal their suspicions? A lack of certainty never stopped Razma from pronouncing things in the past. Or his father, for that matter. I know, right? Well, they're not the ones that's gonna have to risk their ass. We are bound for the lighthouse then? Of course we are. But do not try and tell me this has anything with to do with yes, I am Paragon! The lighthouse lies far from civilization. It would be wise to provision the trip here in Haragashi. An adventure always comes prepared. Of course. Oh, you don't have a snarky ass comment to go along with that, you bitch? Sorry. I think I hate him. Captain, Captain, give us a sign! The lighthouse looks like it's seen better days. Dare say we have a handful of Imperial dreadnoughts and 30 years of disrepair to thank for that. This is a fucking lighthouse? How is this a fucking lighthouse? Like a fucking town. Mont Blanc.
Shivering me? My first simply standing on end from all the ambient aether. Yes, ambient aether in the area. Can't you feel it, Kubo?
Don't worry, Captain. There's Lot is with us. They won't hurt you. I mean, much. Name are you hiding, Captain? Well, no. They said it's a lighthouse. Is it like surrounding it? Because it looks like it's over there. Oh, I walk past them. I am paying attention. I'm not sleepy, shut the fuck up. It's behind you. Or in front of you. Or everywhere. Or nowhere. Hi, I'm not sleepy. I'm stressed. Yeah, absolutely. This location appears to offer a unique view. Climb up and scan the area for any signs. You know, I'm spitballing here. Yeah, the key of that spitball is, wouldn't an airship maybe help? I wonder if we've had an airship here. Have you ever thought about that? Really? Really? No, we have like a little small airship that takes us from the airship and back up to the thing. You found him? Let me see. Nothing like 4 feet in the fuck front of you. He needs our help. Okay, I'll punch him. I mean heal him. I mean something. Prince Rassier. Princess Ashlia. I know you cannot forgive me. Nor should you. It's all my fault. I could not save you. Could not save anyone. Anyone but myself. I mean, you have your men with you. I am so sorry. Your men with you? If you didn't save everyone, you doesn't mean you didn't save... Everyone doesn't mean you didn't save some. But wait! Rar. Traitors, have you no pride? You treat with the very men who laid waste to our homeland? You're mistaken, brother. There are no Imperials here. We've come to help. Found that one of you turned into a female Makote. I know what I see. My own kin sided with the enemy. How dare you stay my audience with the princess? Judge, I know, right? The Duma. I love that the also the Moogle became a...
It has him, Kupo! It's showing him what he wants to see.
Oh. Witch! Murderess! I murdered her, though. By the way, why the fuck are we having the journalist here? I mean, at least the rest of us, except for the Moogle, but the Moogle can just disappear. Also, good that you're with us, sir. Gunfire? Treason and plot? Hi, you fucking missed. So this is the end. My inner monologue. Recite the words, satisfy the covenant, relinquish thy soul unto me, and be granted which thou desirest most in all the world. Sword in hand, a warrior clutches stone to breast. Look at me, brother! Look at me! In sword etched he his fading memories. Why are we grabbing this from him? He literally... Don't you die! Not yet. In stone his tempered skill. We promised we'll all go together when our time came. You can't leave us here! Oh, group suicide. By swords attest, by stone reveal. Well, they might all go together now too. That light, where have I seen it before? Oh no! Yeah, we stood by and did shit! Again. Make my monster grow. Also, I think he's having a heart attack. Also might need to see a doctor about that arm. See, children, this is what masturbation does. You sorry. It's what all the... Whatever are you doing? You need to leave the lighthouse right away. Right away, do you hear? Thanks. And look, I had to. Also, don't you tell me he's gone? He's not. He's stronger than that. He's the strongest mag you ever met. He'll tear his way out of that loose valley and crush it under his foot.
I wasn't fully prepared to fend off the abomination when he vanished, Kupo. I dare say he took one look in my eyes and lost the will to fight.
Yeah, Had Bagaram not stolen Duma, he would still be alive today, and we wouldn't be faced with confronting another Sai. The lizard is only itself to blame. You know what? This is going to be a running thing. I know you're taller than me. Barely. Actually. Yeah, barely. Your hair fluff makes it me taller. I mean, you taller. Anyways. Keep doing it! Okay, sorry. Captain said, I saw the light leave its eyes, and now we're alone. Yeah, me as a healer can't heal him. Will not believe there's nothing left about Ganon in that creature. We can still save him, we can. According to Father, the derived papers speak of the Aura site as a holy stone, but I see nothing holy in what it did to Argoth and Bagan. I mean, it's kind of like a primal thing. I mean, most interesting to it. Was it though? I had assumed the Aura site would act more swiftly upon weak-willed, but mayhap I was mistaken. Could it be that the opposite is true? That those possessed of a strong will are more susceptible to its influence, not less? There's so many questions. Soul stones! Soul stones! But we're not entirely without answers. Is there aught you wish to know? How the fuck you don't know about soul stones?
I think my brother has more than enough fun for one day, Kupo. Perhaps it's time for a sleep spell. Alright,
make it sleep 3. I know, right? It is as we feared then. But Ganon's soul is lost. Oh, who'd have thought? Solid plan of action. Facing. Much as I wish it otherwise, I fear that he is beyond saving, yet we cannot suffer what's left of him to become a distraction. Murder! 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 Oh, come on, just let me into the goddamn raid already! Father, now is not the time to abandon this quest. We are meddling in forces beyond... I'm gonna hit him. Enough, Alma. We adults are talking. Bitch, you are not an adult! You don't have the emotional capacity to be an adult. I know some adults that don't have the emotional capacity either, but I mean... less. I suspect the area of exposed foundation... While Ishnai was searching for the lizard, I suspected an area of exposed foundation at the base of the lighthouse. And... You're right, Father. The lighthouse is built squarely upon the ruins of what could be the Clockwork City. Oh yeah, see, it is a city of God. The Clockwork City of who? You better have awesome steampunk style clothing to absolutely feed my steampunk fetish for the fact that I'm doing this quest and not murdering that child there. That child that says he's an adult. According to the Zodiac Brave story... Hey, the fact that you said that because of the Clockwork Brave story, Miss Journalist, you said you read it back and forth and all this other stuff. Apparently you haven't if you don't remember the Zodiac Brave story. The Clockwork City of Gog was a metallic metropolis wherein airships, automata, and other technological marvels of the age were first conceived. Little is said about its location, however, save that it was far away. While the derived papers do not say a great deal more, they do mention the land upon which the legendary city was built was severely limited, an inconvenience that forced the inhabitants to build up rather than out. Which led me to ask myself, what if the reason the land was limited was because the land itself in question was an island? I mean, that would be obvious. But that would still not explain the omission of the... because it wasn't there during the time. It is inconceivable that authors would neglect to mention the prominent landmark it existed, and then I found it, a lone passage regarding the fall. The particulars mentioned, it appears the city was abandoned after an explosion left half of it in ruin. I believe this explosion may have undermined a portion of the seabed. It need only have been a small area at first. One could have well gone unnoticed during the exodus. As time passed, however, the waters would have continued to wear away the rocks, slowly widening the gap until we have what lies beneath us today. That would explain why there's no mention of Rano before the present era. Come, father, will you not tell them the rest? Of the possibility we Garleans are descended in part from the displaced citizens? Cool! That means you need a drop of your blood to open things, right? And I thought it was because people were taking over your lands, not because of the other stuff. It explained how the Empire was able to forge its armories of iron before the discovery and application of elegant technology. Is it though? I thought we were farmers. Well, I thought you were farmers that were pushed away from their land and went up to the icy lands. That's what they said. Literally. Also explain why the legend of Ivas resonated with our people for centuries. If it's an island that had limited land, it definitely did not have farms. Ah! As far as we can tell, quite a different corner of the world. Interesting, if somewhat ambitious theory, but in return to your original claim, is your belief that the lighthouse stands atop what is left of that necklace? Where'd you get it, girl? I was thinking that necklace was important. It was my mother's. Your mother's? My late wife's most cherished possession. Why do you ask? Pagano had a talisman he would wear beneath his jerkin. He refused to take it off, even when bathing. He said it was special. I only saw it a few times, but it looked exactly like the ones your daughter's wearing. Was your wife secretly the princess? And what are you implying, Lizard? That my sister stole it, or my late mother? Bitch! Neither. I spoke of their similarity, that's all. Can you believe the nerve of this boy? I know, right? Father, why haven't you put him in his place? What kind of fucking father are you? You're a pathetic father! Oh my god! Have you not disciplined this boy? Okay, finally. Enough, Razma. Our guests are merely concerned for the well-being of their kin. But what of our kin? Bitch! What of them, Razma? Do you imagine our kin to be better than theirs in some way? Or anyone else for that matter? I apologize, Father. He doesn't fucking mean it! He doesn't fucking mean it! We have one purpose, son, and it is to prove the existence of Avalanche and clear our family's name. Do not allow anger or hate to lead you from that path. Now we have a lost city to explore. Is that how you admonish your child? That is why your child is sitting here being a snide little shit. Sorry. Alright, let's go! Fun thing to come back to. Let's see what they have to say. Well, it seems I can only call upon you when danger rears its ugly head. I know. I assure nothing has been further from the truth. Ha! 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 You seem unconvinced. Perhaps you should speak this upon your return from Clockwork City. Betting still happens. Since my fool of a brother insists on going ahead with this farce, you have responsibility to not only ensure you return safely, but he does so a fully fledged warrior. Though I'll settle for the safely return part if push comes to shove, Kupo. Why me? I mean, I'm going to, because Paragon. My heart cries out to join you on your journey to the depths, but my heart tells me I'd pay for the privilege with my life. I've received no martial training, Ishnai. Whatever wonders await you, my place is here in the Prima Vista. No, okay. This necklace, why is it so special? I'm frightened, Ishnai. I will not believe there's nothing left of him, the creature. You can still save him. Same thing. First, this Salia now Gauge wonders what other wonders might slumber beneath our very feet. I mean, maybe, but I mean, I'm gonna. There is something else. Bitch. Absolute fucking bitch. No goddamn discipline. Oh, I thought I might be joining you on your journey to the heart of a 1,000-year-old nest of fiends. Sorry to disappoint, Ishnai, but a detailed account of any swashbuckling upon your safe return will suffice. Or failing that, a body. That would make for quite a story. Be lucky I don't use violence against you either. Same thing.
Now is not the time to get your verdict, Frizzleblock. Breathe, breathe. I am a warrior of legend. I am a warrior of legend, Kupo.
Alright. You ready? Think you're awake enough to do this? I don't have the... Fuck. Let's see. Yeah. I don't have much of it. I only have 500, so I go with... Meh. No, I'm hopefully getting gear. And I'm sorry if I wasted your time if I don't get enough gear for this. I think I'm gonna go with the wrist bracelets just. Since that's one of the lower ones. $55. Both of those are 300. There we go. Barely. Absolutely fucking barely. You ready? Yes. Well, good thing that after this quest, I'll have to gain up some, so, probably for the next raid, so. For tonight, so. I don't know. Listen to music while doing, roulettes. Oh, I forgot I didn't do main quest. In my mind, right? If the person is still on, can I go down here? Oh, it won't let me. Shame. We're still doing a raid, like, actually in-game, hun. Fox. Still one more raid to go. Watch us die. Less than 5 minutes, my arse. 43, okay. Look at rain. I know, but it still said less than 5 minutes. Me, patient? Nah. Not, yeah, I was gonna say. Ba, 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 ba. Discipline, knowledge, shoe sign. Oh, that's cool. Might put this piety real quick into that one. I'll pull it off when I... Less than 5 minutes, my ass? Can I say that now? Huh? Am I allowed to say it now? No, okay. Not like I don't have the money to pull this back out. My character's ass is nice. No doubt on that one. I have so many of these, it really doesn't matter. If they... get lost when I pull them back out. Yes, kinky. Can I overmeld on these? Oh, say, advanced melding is forbidden. Damn it. That was my answer there. Wait time, 6 minutes. Liar! It is almost 5 in the morning, 3 minutes later. I mean, in 3 minutes. Good thing I have up till, the next expansion. I mean, Shadowbringers, the thumbnail is done for it. Central time zone? Yes. What do I mean by sus? Central? Central? Sussy sus sus? Baka sus. Sussy sus baka. Oh, they are still over here. I swear to the 12 and all the commie in creation. If he says another word about politics and organizations, I'm gonna scream. What sort of nation will Alamigo become? That is a question of the lips of every man, woman, and child in Abanya. Establishing an interim government after 20-year occupation is a massive undertaking, never mind running it. In the crucial first days of the silence, must offer full support, else everything we fought to achieve could be lost. I think your sister doesn't give a damn as long as you tell her what to do, not withstanding when it comes to do this, do that, but the actual thought process behind the politics. Suscasm? And so sarcasm? I am not sorry for that, actually. I am losing my mind at this late amount of time. Now that freedom is won, we'll be fools to let sleep through our fingers, though mayhap not on the front lines. I will lend my support I can to our Alamigo brothers and sisters. Yeah, I know, right? It seems I'll be serving as a contact between Alamigo and the Scions for the time being. Naturally, my duties will also include spying on beastmen strongholds. How did I go? You know, I haven't been in a while. See how the Rising Stones are doing. At least I can talk with people there. Average wait time, 9 minutes! It's like it keeps going up as, you know, as we keep hitting another, you know, higher minute. Free at last, free at last. Never did I think I'd live to see this day. A look on Hamel's face when he learned of Doma's revelation. Liberation! The mere thought of it moves me to tears. What are you talking about late at night? It's the morning. Gary told us all. Thank you, Ishnai. 1,000 times. Thank you. I cannot express how our Doman comrades reacted to the news of their homeland's liberations. They were saddened to hear of the castle's destruction, but they understood it was in service of a greater, service. If you need to call it, it's fine. Let me finish talking to everybody around here, and if it still hasn't popped. Doma, glory to Heathen. To the Scions and to you, my friend. After so much death and destruction, the world is turned upside down. My people are free, the feeling is beyond words. And there's some outside. Like the children. Why are you standing in the place that Nero was standing to try to get to the Crystal Tower thing? All as it should be, people running to and fro with their own concerns and free from the shadows of the past. Who are you? Who are you? Where are the little ones? I know they had an adventuring thing. I'm gonna watch. No matter where I look, all I see is stone. I fear the grains we brought with us will not grow here. Well, you'll be going back soon enough! Or will be. He. Okay. Impatient son. Mom, daughter. I've talked to them. The fuck, these kind of... This many watchmen here? Okay. See that the Red Stones is no longer under guard, and take it as a turn for the better. I don't know what happened with the Crystal Braves, but it seems plain it wasn't a simple matter such as reconstructing. But I shall refrain from prying further. Too much about this business remains shrouded in mystery, and I feel decidedly unqualified to bear the burden of the knowledge. It's good. After all that commotion, I'm relieved to see that the Rising Stones is back in your hands. Whatever mess you were in, I knew you'd pull through, and you have. Now, can you get back to the business of saving the world, eh? Yeah. That's all I've been doing, thank you. Very, very much. Okay, if we hit 15 minutes. Well met. So mind you, the first part of the stream tomorrow will once again be doing things that I hate, which is the say one of the crafting things and one of the other things, so can always hopefully wait till you get in so that you can join me for the next one if Revenant's soul has expanded so quickly. My, how the days do roll past with our minds focused on other things. Ow. Fucking knees. I'm only here for funsies, yeah. I just don't want to waste your time too much. Did you say that hug you, Bert? Do you need a hug, Bert? Or is it huge, Bert? Or am I asking the wrong questions? Or the right questions. Or any questions. No, actually, I'm not. I'm just fucking tired. Oh, we're talking about Hug You, Bert? Drunk with power, yes. Nope, nope. Drunk with sleepy tiredness. He doesn't have a drink in front of him. He's there looking like... You serious, sir? Cat? No. Okay, we'll wait till 20! 20 minutes in, then we'll stop. Some cost fallacy here. No, wrong thing. Over here with the sylphs want. Actually, if you're that tired, and I'm kind of really tired, why don't we just stop now? Because 2 healers on a raid and tired, fucking amazing time, but I mean, I'm not sure the rest of the raid will be appreciative of us. Alright. You sure? Perked up rat girl, okay. It's even better as having a raid when the healers are drunk, but I mean, we're not doing that right now. Alright, y'all? Yishwa Yishna Ciarfox, we have liberated Al Amigo. And let's raid Quirked Up Rat Girl. Alright, the rest of my... I hope you have a good day or night whenever it is, wherever it is you currently are. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and comment. Let's go. Let me actually pull her up.